Alrighty, it is Tecmo Tuesday time once again. We're back for the 1993 season. I said before I would do the 1993 season and complete the Indianapolis Colts trilogy of bad early 90s teams. Really, I started off with Indy in the first season of Tecmo and with the regular game because they are the worst team in that game, arguably, but it's pretty much they're the worst team. Then I decided after making it to the wild card and getting and losing in that first round, I would do for my second season. I'd graduate to 92 and play a ROM that had modified rosters with for the 1992 season. Made it all the way to the Super Bowl. Great season, but lost in overtime to the 49ers. Heartbreaking. I decided even before I even played that game, win, lose, or draw, I would go to 93 and complete the trilogy of bad early 90s Colts teams with the 1993 season and do something else entirely after that. So, first, before I even start, a couple things. First off, let's make sure I'm the Colts. I am. The schedule is a little weird because this was the 93 season was different in that there were 18 weeks in the season, which there are now, in 2021 is the first one since then where there's 18 weeks, but they maintained the 16-game schedule and gave everybody 2 byes. So because of that, and whoever made this ROM could not add another week to the season, so they just, in fact, the dates aren't even correct, but they changed the schedule enough with the 17 weeks. They had to modify it. In fact, looking at it, there's something, it's weird. It's not entirely even there's something kind of fucked up about it. We do play our 4 division opponents twice each. We do play the NFC East like the Colts did in 1993. But weird thing is, normally you're supposed to play 4 teams from the other conference, minus the 5th place team who gets their own modified schedule. Excuse me. We play the Giants twice, which doesn't make any sense. They're in the other conference. But I think this might have been because there was just too many. Some corners had to be cut. So this is a weird schedule. It doesn't entirely accurately represent the 1993 season, but the rosters are accurate. And I ran a simulation of auto skip and to see that the results were representative of how the teams were in 93 and not a replica of Tecmo. So it came out fine, so I'm satisfied enough, even with this weird schedule, that this will do. Quick run through the schedule. We play Miami in week 1, Cincinnati in week 2, the Raiders in week 3. That's that we haven't played them since that playoff game, although they're not going to have Bo Jackson anymore. They didn't even have them last year. Then our first game with the Giants. The fact that there's even 2 Giants games is still funny to me. Then the bye week in week 5. Pittsburgh in week 6. Miami again in week 7. Patriots in week 8. And then the halfway point of the season for us is week 9, where we take on the Redskins. Then the Jets. Then week 11 is the first meeting with the Bills. It's late in the season for our first game with them, but it is where it is. And then the Chargers in week 12, Jets again in week 13, our rematch with the Giants in week 14. So we play 4 games against New York teams. It's crazy. That's a quarter of the whole schedule. Then week 15 against the Eagles, week 16 against the Pats, and then week 17, the finale, is the Buffalo Bills. That may be for the division. It would be nice if we can, have a good record again and be playing for the division. We didn't win the division in either of the first 2 seasons, so this should be interesting. As far as the team goes, let's take a quick look at the roster and see what's changed. Quarterbacks are the same. We have Jeff George and Jack Trudeau again. Running backs are a little different. We no longer have Maurice Carthon or Ken Clark, who are our backups. Instead, we have Roosevelt Potts. I believe he was a rookie at the time, and Ed Toner. Anthony Johnson once again is in the lineup as the second running back. For receivers, it's mostly the same, but Bill Brooks is no longer on the team. He's now a Buffalo Bill. He's with the enemy, the biggest enemy of all. Yeah, but we did get Sean Dawkins. He will not be. Langhorne and Hester are still the main two wide receivers, number 1 and 2. Tight ends are the same. O-line's a little different. 3/5 of them have changed. We no longer have Ray Donaldson, Ron Salt, or Kevin Call. Instead, we have Kirk Loudermilk. Everybody needs Loudermilk. Bill Schultz, and Will Wolford. Those are our 3 new offensive linemen. We'll see how that goes. Once again, our special teamists are Biasushi on as a kicker, and Ron Stark, the Pro Bowl punter. Defense, a little different. The defensive line, we no longer have John Hand, but we do have Steve Emtman. I'm sorry, other way around. We no longer have Steve Emtman, but we do have John Hand. He, meaning Emtman, was injured in the 93 season, and he was injured in 92 as well, but I think he got hurt earlier. He was one of the first, he was the first overall pick or the first or second pick. Bust. Mostly because of injuries. It wasn't like, totally on skill. It was a tough break for them. Linebackers, we no longer have Chip Banks or Scott Radisick or Radisick. I'm not sure of his name, but I'm not going to be pronouncing it anymore because he's no longer on the team. But we did get Skip McClendon and Quentin Coriat. Those are our new linebackers. And in the secondary, we no longer have Chris Good or Mike Pryor, who were both, they both made their plays, especially Pryor made some plays in the backfield, in the defensive backfield. But we did get Ray Buchanan, who had a great career, made some Pro Bowls, and then Jason Belser, who I've never heard of. So, that's it. That's our, that pretty much covers the long and the short of it. Let's get on with some football. Our first game is going to be against the Dolphins. Let's see if any games go, or the Jets won their first game. Chiefs now have Joe Montana. That's something to keep an eye on, although we don't play them. We may in the playoffs, though. And I saw the Cardinals beat the Eagles and upset. So here we go, Miami Dolphins, Week 1. One thing I'm disappointed in, and I get why it happened. I'll turn the volume down on my monitor here. Just hang on a second. That was a little loud in my headphones. The Patriots do not have their newfangled logo or uniform colors. That was something that was brand new for '93. Oh, so SB, what does it say? SB 11. Whoever did the ROM, who I should have mentioned. I'm saying, whoever made the ROM. I mentioned it before. It's because I forgot the name of the guy. They give their name. They put their name in the end zone. They also mentioned it in the on the title screen. So there it is. I didn't intentionally avoid giving him credit. I just forgot what the hell it was. But there you have it. Let's see if we can get a 3-and-out. There we go. Good start for the defense on the first drive. We are notorious for giving up touchdowns on the first drive. How about that? They go nowhere. Here's Dawkins taking the punt. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't fuck around with the playbook. Alright, so for this first week, we're gonna use the default playbook. I should have, that's a big thing right there, is the playbook. They don't have that bad of a playbook, but I would have liked to, not fumble it. At least it went out of bounds and not recovered. I did cross the first down, but he fumbled it backwards, so, there's that. Not a good first, carry. That's a first down. Come on. Yeah, he's got it. wasn't the first carry for Potts, but the first touch. And that one was, that was a fumble, so not a good start for him. There's Potts again. I don't know if this is a different play. It looks like the same. That's pass number 1. That was Potts, who was in the spot that Kerry Cash usually is lined up in. Oh shit! Here they come. Don't throw a pick. All right. All right. Let's run the ball here after that scare. Let's run and not get any yardage because they blitzed us. That's what that was. Langhorn. Alright, diving catch. And a first down. Ugh, I'm like so pissed at myself for not changing the playbook. If we can win, you know, great. If not, we'll definitely take a look at that after the game, because I did like some of the plays. I probably wanted to change some of the ones that I had in the last year, but there were particularly the runs. I think there were some runs that I just liked more than others, or disliked more than others. The ground game was not our strong point, but I think we definitely improved on it more than we did in the previous season. No, I didn't dive. I did not dive. Sometimes these, you know, even when you have complete control over these guys, they dive off on their own. Oh, that's right. It's not Marino. It's Scott Mitchell. There's a few guys in this game who were injured throughout the season. Like Dan Marino was hurt all throughout '93, and Scott Mitchell was the quarterback. Same thing with Cunningham. He got hurt a few games into the season, and I noticed that he's not on the roster. Instead, Bubby Brister is the quarterback for the Eagles, so we will not see QB Eagles slash Bubby Brister, Randall Cunningham, in our meeting with Philly later on. Oh shit, he's going to Irving Fryer. That was a user block. I can't believe I did that. That generally never happens, where my guy is the one who actually gets the block. And I got knocked on my ass, so good thing the drone picked him up. Going deep for Fryer. I got him coverage again, and again I blocked it. They're going for it. This is, you know, a spot where going for it is you know, you'll see it because of midfield, short yardage. Come on, come on! I got knocked on my ass, and they fucking convert. Come on, guys! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Ugh. So this is definitely a different Dolphins team. Not only is Marino out, but I think that both of the Marks brothers are gone. Duper and Clayton. Man, I missed him. He just faked me out of my shoes. Damn. These Dolphins are, you know, it's like they, we split both seasons, both series with both seasons. We have a 2-2 record against them as the Colts, and you know it looks like they're not gonna lay down for us here, despite the fact that we're the AFC champions. You know they're, in fact, here we go, nice run here for Johnson. Nice. You know now we have a bullseye on our back. Nobody's gonna take us lightly anymore. First. Alright, let the time tick a bit. Do not want to give them time to score. We got plenty of it. And we're going to need definitely to go on second down here. I thought I might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. That was fairly close. Shit. block it. Nope. Right to Potts. First down. Give it to Johnson again. Oh, I ran into my own lineman. But I got a first down. Nice. I definitely, because I'm right at the one, like, I don't want to do that draw play. Like, I'm tempted, but if they blow it up, then I lose all kinds of yardage. There we go. Let's try to, let's try to hold him here and get a nice double dip. Miami not afraid to go for it on that last drive, even though they lost the game to us last year by going for it way deep in their own territory in a tie game at the end of the fourth quarter. All right, let's not let them get a big play here. Tick tick. All right, that's halftime. So a pretty good first half. That we held them to a punt, scored, then they scored, then we scored. That's the summary of the game right there. But it was hard fought. You know, I think that our defense can do the job. I mean, it was like, even though it's, the sample size is 2 drives, they scored on one and we held them on one. I think it was a 3 and out. And I don't count that last drive. Oh shit! And there's a sack. But Brian Cox, he was a sack machine back in his day. But even the drive that they scored, I felt like, it was, man, they made some halftime adjustments. They made some halftime adjustments. All right, just don't get safetied here. They got everybody covered. Oh my God, they closed in. I was a little worried about that one. It's like, maybe I should have checked it down. I couldn't see what was out there. I knew that they had covered Langhorne, so it was like I was risking it, throwing it to him. But I wanted to get that first down. Because turning it over right there would have really sucked. You have the lead, put it in the hands of your defense if you absolutely have to. Check it down, and I don't know why I was waiting for a freaking flea flicker. They don't have the most deceptive play they have in the passing game is a play action. So I don't know why I was waiting for a freaking... Wow, off the hands. Let's make them pay for that mistake. I did call a split back play, and there it is. They stuffed it out. There we go. Good job, McClendon. Welcome to the team. All right. Nice little return there. All right, let's try to score this time. We have much better field position than on the last drive. All right, Johnson again. Look at that, making some guys miss. Another man misses. And a fucking touchdown. He never had a run anywhere close to that last year or the year before. What a run. Just, I could not have asked for a better drive out of that. Sweet. Alright, let's try to close him out here. Alright, I called that play, the play action. There's no way. There was no way, because he had... That's the one thing I don't like about calling play actions, or having play actions in my playbook. You have to... If you call it, and the defense snuffs it out, you have no chance of throwing it quickly and getting it out of there. Oh, man, I thought he was throwing it to the... Wow, I thought he converted that. The play takes so long to develop. You basically screwed. Oh, I missed! Get him, get him! I managed to crawl up, and they called the punt with 1 second left. If they had run out of time, they would not have punted. They would not be punting right now. If it went to the fourth quarter, the CPU would know it's fourth quarter and you're down 14. Or you're down at all. You know, go for it. Although, I've seen them punt it when they're only down a touchdown. So this will give us time to, you know, run out some clock and maybe get an insurance touchdown or field goal, put the game away. This is the first time I've called this play where they didn't blitz. And Johnson again. You know, just like feed him the rock. Alright, another pretty good run. Alright, I don't think I've called pass 2 much, if at all, today. I think I might have called it once. Back to Johnson again. Stay by the sideline, don't fumble it. Damn, I did not run into my own guy. I gotta tell you, I mean, I don't know if it's this O-line, or maybe it's just the Dolphins' defense not you know, performing, but I'm getting some good blocks here. I'm getting some good holes and some lanes. Ugh. I haven't got, I wanted to go to Langhorne at least once. He hasn't gotten anything all day. Pots. I'm just gonna run it again. If I don't convert, no big deal. I'll have a nice chip shot field goal, but I will convert and maybe even get a touchdown. Damn. Johnson has been a workhorse today. And I'm not saying workhorse just because we're the Colts. That's 2 touchdowns and maybe I want at least 2 touchdowns. I know he's got 2. This has been by far the best game that he's had as a Colt in this Tecmo universe. Or Tecmo-verse, whatever the hell you want to call it. I just got popcorn. So that was awesome. A long sustaining drive. Basically put the game out of reach. And look at that, I was in the right place at the right time. Belser, who I was, you know, I don't know, I'd say bad-mouthing, but I said I'd never heard of this guy. Alright, I'm putting in the backups just so nobody gets hurt. And to give some reps to these guys. Who normally don't. Is Ed Toner, our newest member? Well, him and Potts are both the newest members of the backfield. Look at that, a first down for him. He's slow as shit. So this was most definitely, you know, it's either the O-line or it's their defense. It's not like an individual effort by John, and you know, not taking anything away from Johnson and what he did, but there's definitely an improvement with the offensive line, or like I said, it's just the underperformance of the defense. I'm hoping that it's the former and not the latter. Because if we can get holes like that, and get our ground game, which was our weak point, if we can get improvement in that front, that will be huge. It'll be huge. Alright, so we'll have time for a couple more plays. Figured why not run this play once before abandoning it from the playbook. I don't think I'm going to keep it. Well, that was it. Great first game. Look at the running. 171 yards of rushing. We actually ran for more than we threw. That is the only time that's ever happened. There's no way we even came close to 171 total yards of rushing offense. Look at that. Anthony Johnson, 133 rushing yards on 11 carries. That's nuts. 12 first downs to 3, so we definitely outplayed them offensively. Mostly we didn't give them many opportunities. The second half we had some long ass drives. And kept the ball out of their hands, and then they couldn't come back from it. So that will conclude week 1. Let's simulate the rest of the week, see what happens. Dallas beats the Redskins. San Diego beats Seattle. The Giants beat Chicago. The Bills annihilate New England. The Bengals lose to Cleveland. The Packers beat San Francisco. The Raiders beat the Steelers, and that will be it for the week. So ourselves, the Jets and Bills won, and the Pats and Dolphins lost their first game. Browns and Oilers won their games, and the Steelers and Bengals lost theirs. Chargers, Chiefs, and Raiders won their game. Denver and Seattle lost theirs. Cowboys, Giants, and Cardinals won their openers. Eagles and Redskins lost theirs. Lions, Packers, and Vikings won. Bucks and Bears lost. And then finally, the entire NFC West lost their first games. So next week, we will be taking on the Bengals. It'll be a rematch from last year's wild card round game where we knocked off Cincinnati 1 week after losing to them in the finale where we had our backups in. Speaking of which, before I forget, I'll switch back to the starters. Actually, I could just easily do this. Reset. Bam. Everybody's back. I'll go through the playbook on my own time. Kind of, we'll see where we're at with it and see what I want to do. So we'll see you next week.